Every year, contaminated water causes millions of infections worldwide. But the most dangerous thing about waterborne diseases is that the water often looks completely clean.
Hidden inside can be bacteria, viruses, and parasites capable of causing deadly outbreaks. So how do these microbes spread through water? And how can something as simple as boiling water save lives? Let's explore the invisible world of waterborne diseases.
The contaminated water may contain harmful bacteria, which can colonize the digestive tract and lead to illness. Contamination can happen because of poor sanitation, open defecation, flooding, sewage leakage, unsafe storage of drinking water. Fecal-oral transmission occurs when contaminated water is consumed, allowing microbes to infect the gut lining.
Waterborne diseases are illnesses caused by pathogenic microorganisms that spread through contaminated water. These pathogens include bacteria, viruses, and protozoan parasites. Most water contamination occurs through fecal pollution. When human or animal waste enters drinking water sources, disease-causing microbes can spread rapidly. Once contaminated water is consumed, these microbes enter the digestive system and begin infecting the body.
Microbes travel from a contaminated environment into a water supply, then into the mouth and through the digestive system to the intestine.
We will now discuss the major waterborne pathogens. First, bacterial diseases. One of the most dangerous waterborne bacterial diseases is cholera, caused by Vibrio cholerae. This bacterium produces a powerful toxin inside the intestine. The toxin forces intestinal cells to release massive amounts of water and electrolytes. The result is severe watery diarrhea, often called rice water stool. Without rapid treatment, patients can die from dehydration within hours. The second bacterial disease is typhoid. Typhoid fever is caused by Salmonella typhi. Unlike cholera, this bacterium can spread beyond the intestine and enter the bloodstream. Symptoms are high fever, weakness, abdominal pain and constipation or diarrhea. Typhoid remains a major public health challenge in regions with poor sanitation. The third bacterial disease is dysentery. Bacillary dysentery is caused by Shigella dysenteria. This infection damages the intestinal lining and causes abdominal cramps, fever and bloody diarrhea. Only a small number of bacteria are needed to cause infection, making it highly contagious. Let us now discuss the waterborne diseases caused by viruses. The first is Hepatitis A virus.
Hepatitis A is a viral infection affecting the liver. Notice the jaundice, a key symptom. This overlay shows the virus causing the liver to inflame, turning it red and disrupting its function.
Jaundice can spread if someone eats food or drinks water that is contaminated. It's important to wash our hands before eating.
Symptoms are fever, fatigue, nausea and jaundice.
Most patients recover completely, but outbreaks can affect thousands of people.
The second is rotavirus. Rotavirus is a major cause of severe diarrhea in infants and young children. It damages intestinal cells responsible for nutrient absorption.
Vaccination has significantly reduced deaths worldwide due to rotavirus.
The second is poliovirus.
Polio spreads through contaminated water and attacks the nervous system. Polio spread.
While many polio infections are mild, severe polio cases can cause paralysis.
Let us move ahead and talk about the waterborne diseases caused by protozoa. The first is Giardiasis caused by Giardia lamblia. Giardia is a protozoan parasite commonly found in contaminated water.
Giardia lamblia attaches to the intestinal wall and interferes with nutrient absorption.
The symptoms are bloating, fatigue and greasy diarrhea. The second is Amoebiasis caused by Entamoeba histolytica.
Entamoeba histolytica causes amoebic dysentery. This parasite can invade intestinal tissues and sometimes spread to organs like the liver.
Let us find out how these diseases damage the body.
Dehydration causes fluid loss, leading to an imbalance of electrolytes like sodium and potassium. Replenishing these is essential for recovery. In severe cases, blood pressure drops, organs fail, shock may occur.
One of the simplest life-saving treatments is oral rehydration solution, or ORS. First, empty the entire packet into the water. Stir it until it is completely dissolved. This mixture is now ready for your child. ORS replaces lost water and electrolytes and has saved millions of lives globally.
Let us discuss the methods used to prevent these waterborne diseases. The first method is boiling.
Boiling water kills most pathogens and is one of the safest methods of water purification.
The second method is chlorination. Chlorination is widely used in public water systems to destroy harmful microorganisms. The third method is filtration.
Filtration physically removes contaminants and parasites from water.
The fourth method is hygiene or sanitation.
Good sanitation and proper hand hygiene dramatically reduce disease transmission.
Do waterborne diseases still matter to us today?
Despite medical advances, waterborne diseases remain a global challenge.
Floodwaters don't just affect the streets. They seep underground, infiltrating the pipe systems and contaminating the clean drinking water supplies.
Make way! Please make way! Watch where you are stepping.
This overcrowding is becoming a serious health hazard.
Climate change may worsen water contamination and disease spread in vulnerable regions.
Children are especially at risk because dehydration affects them more rapidly.
Clean water is something many people take for granted. But for millions around the world, access to safe drinking water can mean the difference between health and disease.
Understanding waterborne diseases helps us appreciate the importance of sanitation, vaccination, hygiene, and public health.
Sometimes the most powerful medical intervention isn't a complex drug. It's simply clean water. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more microbiology and biotechnology content explained simply. Comment below, which microorganism should we cover next?
Are you ready to take an MCQ test? Which disease causes rice water stool? Answer: cholera. Second question: what is the simplest life-saving treatment for dehydration? Answer: ORS. Which organ is mainly affected by hepatitis A? Answer: liver. The next question: name any one protozoan waterborne disease. Answer: Giardiasis.